So my friends, welcome back. Let's do some MCQ practice on internal controls area. Question number 1. Which one of the following statement is correct? I'm giving you 1 minute. Then you people have to reply in the chat box. So some people are saying C. Some people are saying B, D. So we have C, B, and D. No one is telling A. Okay. Okay. Before we solve this question, first thing, risk, residual risk. Do you remember what is residual risk? It is the risk which remains after we put controls. Okay, that is the definition of residual risk. Okay, it is the risk which remains after we put control. Clear? That's why called residue. Residue means whatever is remaining. So inherent risk, I hope you remember. I told you that is out of the auditor's control. That is due to nature of the business. And that cannot be what you can say controlled by auditor. Okay? Because like gold shop is more risky as compared to the supermarket. So that is inherently risky, right? So accordingly, we need to put the controls. Then one thing we discussed, very important, risk can never be eliminated. Remember, risk can never be eliminated. No matter how much control you put, still some risk will be there, right? And that is called residual risk, by the way, which is there after putting the controls. So those people who say C, why C is the answer, my friends? They say fraud can be eliminated. How possible? I mean, fraud is a risk. It cannot be eliminated by putting the controls, right or not? Huh? So C can, see, they are saying which of the following is correct. It means 3 statements are incorrect. 3 statements are incorrect. So you can use elimination approach here. And C is wrong. C is incorrect. So this cannot be the answer. Then they say, let's say A. They are saying residual risk can only be assessed, but not protected against. Okay, so they're saying you can assess the residual risk, like what is the likelihood, what is the impact, but you cannot protect. So see, it is the risk which remains after we put the control. So we can put more controls. Right or not? They're saying it cannot be protected against. It can be protected against, possible, if you want to put more controls. Right? Getting it? So that's why this is also incorrect statement. Inherent risk can only be addressed by top management. So what do you think about this one? Remember again, what is inherent risk? Due to nature of the business, right? So when I say you inherent risk, it is like, a risk when there are no controls. You can say like that. Again, see, inherent risk is the risk which is there if there are no controls. Residual risk is the risk which remain after you put controls. You got the story? Okay. Like for example, there is a gold shop. It is inherently risky. And there is no camera, there is no proper documentation, no authorization. So see, this is all inherent risk. But then you will put some controls, right? You will put camera here and there. But still there is a chance of fraud and error or not? That is called residual risk, which is there after putting the controls. So they are saying here inherent risk can only be addressed by management, top management. So when they say only, so you need to remember, most of the time this statement is false because only they say. You see? And also, this risk can be addressed by multiple people in the multiple levels, like even senior management, junior management, all are involved. You're getting the story. So that is not only limited to top management. So that's why this statement is also false. So what's remaining? Residual risk remain after management has implemented controls. Yes, that is the definition of residual risk. The risk which is remaining after management implement the controls. Clear? This is called elimination technique. Now see, some of you might not be so much knowledgeable about B, let's say B, but you can easily eliminate it. Why? Because see, the addressing of the risk is not only with the top management. That is a common sense. Everyone in the organization is responsible for risk management. Getting it? Okay. Similarly, C, you can directly eliminate by reading it. When this word come, eliminate. So you know very well risk cannot be eliminated. So definitely this is. So B and C, khalas, removed. The problem will stay with A and D. Right? Because A is a technical option. Okay. So they say residual risk can only be assessed, but you cannot protect against it. So here, what we are saying, okay, for example, like we discussed, I am not sure about this corona example when we were discussing preventive control, detective control, remember? So now the governments are saying that if you are traveling, you should take PCR test, right? So after bringing the PCR test to the airport, wherever you are traveling, still there is a risk or not that you have corona? Huh? So they put a control. Now still there is a risk that the passengers who are coming have corona. So that is residual risk. What is that? Because after putting the control, that risk is still remaining. So what do you do for the residual risk? You cannot protect against it. You can protect. How? Quarantine. So you tell them, okay, go to quarantine. If you are coming from this country, go to quarantine. So what you are doing? You are trying to again put more controls to reduce the risk as much as possible. You got the story, everyone? So that's why A is not the answer, because they are saying it cannot be protected against. It can be protected against. Clear? Okay. See, this file I will share with you answers also, official answers. So please read through the official answer, why A is wrong, why B is wrong, why C is wrong, and make notes. Make notes. This is the approach. Clear? The more you do like this, the more easy it will be to pass the exam. Any confusion?
Yeah.